What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Neighborhood Podcast. One of the hosts of the podcast. My name is Kyle Dabro. So, in this video, we're going to go over the Monday night matchup that took place between the New York Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs. So, the Chiefs defeated the Giants by the score of 20-17. With the win, the Chiefs improved to 4-4 on the season, and with the loss, the Giants fall back to 2-6 on the season. Just a quick takeaway from this game: I think the Chiefs survived this one. This is a game that I thought the Chiefs were going to win fairly handily over the Giants. But the Giants came to play against the Chiefs last night. That Giants defense was able to hold that explosive Chiefs offense to only 20 points of offense. And there were points in time where I thought the Giants could have won this game. But the Chiefs were able to make enough plays down the stretch to pull away at the end and get the victory over the Giants and to get back to 500 on the season at 4-4. But one of the biggest takeaways that I had from this game, and this is a takeaway that I've seen in multiple Chiefs games of recent history, is Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs offense, they just continue to struggle. But the main question that I'm going to bring up with that is, why are they struggling? Well, I think defenses have finally figured out how to slow down Mahomes, and they've done it so by successfully limiting Pat's favorite options to throw to in Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. For years, Kansas City's offense has torched opposing secondaries at will because they've had wide receivers who can make big plays down the field with Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman, and Sammy Watkins back in the day. You add Travis Kelce into the mix along with Mahomes at the helm, and you've got a really explosive offense to work with here. Well, these defensive coordinators have finally made adjustments to counteract that big playability from Kansas City's offense, and they've found a weakness in Casey's passing game, which is putting two safeties deep in their defensive coverages so they don't get beat deep by Mahomes anymore with the deep ball. What that does is that it forces Casey's offense to focus more on short and intermediate passing options, and so far, Mahomes has struggled in that regard. The offense has sputtered of late as far as scoring goes, and the offense is turning the ball over multiple times on a consistent basis in every game that they play. This game has proved it against the Giants, and the Titans game from last week have highlighted that as well. They've only scored 23 points in their last two games combined, and the Chiefs have turned the ball over multiple times for half of their games this season. We're about halfway through the season, and Patrick Mahomes almost has 10 interceptions already. It really is quite shocking to see how much this Kansas City offense has struggled this much. And it's like I said, you got to give credit to the Giants here. Their defense made it very difficult for Mahomes to get into any sort of rhythm on Monday night. And granted, the Chiefs did win this game, but this was not a convincing win from KC over the Giants. So, with that being said, where does KC go from here? I think they have to focus on a more balanced attack on the offensive side of the ball. And what that means is that they have to run the ball more than what they have of late. But I have to be honest with you, I think that they have the personnel to be able to run the ball effectively. Darrell Williams and Derek Gore have shown me enough that they can make significant impacts for Casey's offense when given opportunities in the run game. And also, when Clyde Edwards-Helaire, when he comes back from his injury, I think he could be just as effective as well. I think a successful running attack will take a lot of pressure off of Patrick Mahomes, and it gives the opposing defenses that they're going up against something to respect. I think what's happened with Casey's offense is that they're relying so much on Mahomes to make plays. He's making mistakes because he's turning the ball over when he's trying to play hero ball. That's not to discredit Mahomes in any way, shape, or form. He's just trying to make something out of nothing. But it has backfired him in multiple games this year so far. And I honestly think if they could run the ball well, that's the adjustment to go with. Force the defense to stack the box with seven guys, and I believe that'll open up passing lanes for Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, McCole Hardman, and others against the opposing defenses that they're going up against, because those defenses have to respect the run game from Casey at that point. I just think that's what you go with at this point. And as far as the defense goes, look, this defense, as far as KC's goes, is very weak. And the best way that they're going to be able to win these games is this defense has to hold teams under 25 points or less, and they got to get some sort of pass rush on that side of the ball. This KC defense is very weak, but they just have to bend but don't break at this point. They're capable of holding up for stretches in the game, and hopefully they make enough plays to where they could hold opposing teams to field goals in the red zone instead of giving up touchdowns, because this defense has given up over 30 points multiple times this season. And I imagine that they're probably going to do it more so before the end of the season is over. So hopefully that pass rush gets home, because going into this Giants game, this Kansas City defense was only averaging about 1.5 sacks per game. So they got to get this pass rush going, because if they don't, it just leaves their secondary wide open for attack, because their pass rush is not getting to opposing quarterbacks. So when I look at this team overall, though, I'm still of the mindset that the Chiefs can make the playoffs this year. It's just going to be a roller coaster ride for KC for the rest of the season, though. For the next 2 months, every team that they're going to play currently has a 500 record or an above 500 record. They play the Packers next week, which is not going to be an easy task for them, because the Packers are arguably the best team in football right now. You add that with an extremely competitive AFC West with the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders, you could say that the odds are stacked against Kansas City Chiefs right now. This could be a scenario where maybe it's just not in the cards for the Chiefs this year, but it's still tough for me to bet against a team that's gone to 3 straight AFC Championship games, 2 straight Super Bowls, and they won one of those Super Bowls against the 49ers 2 years ago. I will say this, though. The next 2 months is where we're going to see what KC is made of. And in the end, time's going to tell. They're sitting at a 4-4 record about halfway through the season. And if they go on a really good stretch, yeah, they're going to end up in the playoffs. But there's a very good chance that if they falter moving forward, they may find themselves out of the playoffs, which would be just absolutely unbelievable to me, because they were a team that I had going into the season that could potentially have gone back to the Super Bowl once again. But these issues on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball, they have really been troubling for KC. And it's like I said, these next 2 months is where we're going to find out what KC is made of. But with that said, you guys, that'll wrap it up from me. I just wanted to go over this game real quick. But if you guys like the video, hit that like button below. And if you guys want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, hit that subscribe button below. Any sort of support that we can give for the channel, Kevin and I definitely appreciate it. We will have our power rankings from week 8 out very soon, so do stay tuned for that. But once again, just thank you guys for tuning in to watch the video, and we'll see you guys later.